I'm Inside and I saw Star Trek The Animated Series Episode 3. One of our planets is missing. It is directed by Hal Sutherland, written by Mark Daniels, and if you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts with following the USS Enterprise as they try to deal with this cloud that's headed towards this inhabited planet. This cloud eats planets pretty indiscriminately. They try shooting phasers at it. Pew, 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 pew. It don't work. And so Kirk's like, how do we stop this cloud? Maybe we can go in the middle of it. And so he navigates in the middle of it and they lose their powers. And I like how Kirk is like, okay, it's time for us to self-destruct. We gotta stop this thing. It's going to consume 86 million inhabitants on that planet. And we're just a measly 420 whatever. We can easily self-destruct. And I'm like, no, what? Really? Okay. I feel like that this episode definitely jumps the gun on that solution. I feel like in the original series, Kirk would use the self-destruct button as a tactical device. He wouldn't necessarily use it in a situation in which he feels that everything is against his odds and so the only way is to destroy himself. Or at least I haven't seen anything like that yet, but this just seems a little rushed and not so much out of character, but definitely not as well thought out as I would like it to. But Spock is here to save the day. He's like, no, let's not murder everyone here because of this cloud is trying to eat everyone over there on that planet, okay? How about we figure out something? Let's figure something out. And I feel like the most of this episode is just the USS Enterprise trying to figure out what to do with this cloud, and the cloud is just creeping up some more. And then we got the USS Enterprise, some shots of them figuring out what to do, brainstorming some solutions, doing something, going back to the drawing board if that doesn't work, and then we got some more shots as the cloud as it looms and is trying to get to the planet. Ooh, fun. It's a fun episode. I feel like this is definitely a creeper of an episode. I felt the tension. Even though that I knew that the cloud was going to back off. I honestly thought that the USS Enterprise was going to explode. And then I thought that the USS Enterprise would make it so they would have to sacrifice themselves in order to save the 80 million people on that planet. But then Spock's like, how about this? How about I initiate a mind meld? How do you mind meld with a cloud? I'm glad you asked. Well, you mind meld with a cloud by touching the Enterprise's components, and the cloud takes over the Enterprise, and it has the ability to shut down some of its features, so it has its ability to be partially meshed with the Enterprise, and that's how Spock is able to mind meld with the cloud, and the cloud is a living thing, and is like, oh, I didn't mean to murder all these people, my bad, I'm just gonna go away now. So here I'm thinking like, wow, I can't believe that worked. I would have thought something else would have done it. I mean, I feel like the Vulcan mind meld is kind of impenetrable as a device to use to stop any conflict because it mind melds you to the person that you're mind melding with Spock. Something that Spock said at the very beginning of last series, which was the original series, was that the Vulcan mind meld was a very personal thing. It's a personal thing. Now he's just using it willy-nilly, and I'm like, man, I guess he's using it so much to the point where he does not care about the Vulcan personal boundaries of using the mind meld and just is using it for good reason. And I like the reasons that he's using it. It's just an interesting thought that I had. But also, I don't know what they would have done if this didn't work. I mean, I know the mind meld, it really has a really astronomically high success rate. But that 1% chance we must treat as an absolute certainty. That's from Man of Steel, or Batman v Superman, I forget which one. But What if? What if that didn't work? What would have happened then? Leave your speculation in the comments below. I like this episode because they save a bunch of people. And it's just fun. It's good old fun. I like it. I gotta give this episode, it's a solid 7 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one on the platform. Rule likes at $20 Dinos at patreon.com/ASA presents for 1 movie review per 1 month. Go to this link tree to support the daily grindiness of all them daily movies, so you can go here. And until next time in Sound Saw, I'll see you later, my style croutons and bacon bits. Beam me up.